Hi, and welcome to the Blogging Bunch. This is our weekly hangout every Wednesday at 10 a.m. Central. And I am Sarah. Are my Blogging Bunch buddies, Elizabeth and Carrie. Our site is thebloggingbunch.com. We also have a large, almost 1,200 member Facebook group and then we have two Facebook groups actually. And let's see, what else? I have a personal blog also. I blog at Play to Learn with Sarah. It's a parenting resources site. And this is Elizabeth.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth, and if you can't hear me well, I apologize. Apparently, it doesn't like me today. Yeah, it's my day to be disliked. And I blog at rockabyeparents.com, which is a parenting blog, and I do stuff on parenting, single parenting, Disney, food allergies, kids stuff, family stuff, all those kind of things.
I'm Carrie, and I blog at carriel.com about parenting, mom life, kids, Dallas, my dog. I blogged about my dog today. I showed pictures of him doing something really awful.
Uh-oh.
Dog shaming at its finest.
Dog shaming.
He totally
Did you put a note?
No, he doesn't stay still. He's very difficult to photograph.
Okay. He's still mad about the Star Wars costume.
Yes, I've actually traumatized him. You can't go near him with cloth anymore.
My dogs seem to be defending him right now.
Quite timing.
Yeah. So today, Carrie is going to talk to us about how she creates those super long vertical pins on Pinterest that you are seeing everywhere right now. So take it away, Carrie.
Okay, so I'm going to screen share in a second. Can I screen share, Sarah, or do you have to give me permission?
No, you're a presenter. You should be able to do it.
Oh, there it is. Okay, so I'm going to show you what I do, but a couple of things about them. So when you're creating these vertical pins, the vertical pins, I like them because you can show more than you could show in just a regular pin. And I think that's why they're doing well. That's why they're so popular. So if I do a craft, I might show the setup for my craft, show it partially done, and then show the finished product in one pin. So I love that I can do that. Or if I have several pictures of a casserole, like I did one the other day, that look great, and I don't know which one I want to use, I can kind of, combine my horizontal with my vertical pictures to make this vertical pin that will do better on Pinterest. And they usually do better on Pinterest, even than the regular vertical pins. When you start making them a little longer, they're getting more, they're catching people's eyes. So someone that's scrolling down through their Pinterest feed, if you've got your little casserole picture, they might just keep scrolling. But when you've got casserole, they might go, oh, there's a casserole there, because they were just kind of scrolling through it so quickly they didn't really see it until, your big long pin, the bottom of your big pin. So I'm going to show you kind of what I do, how I make these in PicMonkey. And let's see.
And she is only using these for Pinterest. She is not putting these in her posts most of the time.
Right. I usually don't put these in my posts because they're so big, and you don't want that big giant, you don't want this in your post. So what I do, this is PicMonkey, and I use, I have Royale, which I recommend buying Royale. So what I'm going to do is go to Collage. There's a few steps that are involved with this, and then I'll show you. I'll walk you through a couple different ways you can make your pins. So then I'm going to find my pictures, and I'm just going to use these my Star Wars pictures. Where are they? Find this out. Okay. So what I did with the Star Wars costume was I made the costume, and then I clicked how to make it, and then I took pictures of Jack. And so let's just say I want to show a couple, my process, and let's just use this one. I'll just pick several. You don't have, we can kind of use whatever. With the collage, you can hold down Control and click your pictures, and you can get multiple pictures to use. So if you don't know which ones you want, just grab a bunch of them. I love that picture of Jack. Okay. And you can just hit open. And there's the default kind of collage, and then here's all your pictures over here on the left. So I want to, first of all, change the format of this collage. So I'm going to come over here to this little layout section, and I always pick ducks in a row. And you can do 3 or 4. I'm going to do this just to show you how I add text sometimes between the pictures. But so there's a 4 right there, and then what I want it obviously to do is be long, so I'm going to turn it that way. So it helps if you have a bigger monitor for some of these, because it can get really hard to see when they're little. So I'm going to go back to my pictures over here, and I want to start off with a picture of the supplies that I used, and you can see it automatically puts it in that square. So I'm going to drag it down to make the picture look a little bit more like what it's supposed to look like. And then let's use maybe, let's just do a picture of the finished product here. And you can kind of pick and choose, you know, and so I accidentally added an extra picture, so I'm going to do that. Okay, so here's one way that you can do it. Put this up here. Stretch this out. So see how you can move these around to make these the size that you want. Okay, so now I've got these 3 pictures and this blank spot right here. So for this one, I'm just going to leave the blank spot. So I'm going to put text in there. What I want to do though is I like my pictures to be a little bit closer together. So you see that white space? I mean, this is just a personal thing. So I like them a little bit closer together. So I'm going to come over here to this palette. And then where it says spacing, I'm going to just make them a little bit. See how that moved them closer together? So now I've got this that I'm going to use. And if you want to edit an individual picture when it's in your collage, you can just click this edit button. The only thing I really do to these is I might change the size or make it a little bit brighter. And that's all you really can do. There's not a whole lot of choices in the collage feature. Okay, so once I've got that all done, I'm going to move into edit mode to put my text in the picture. So you're going to hit edit, and it's going to say to send this collage, because once you open it in editor, you can't come back to this and edit the pictures anymore. So as soon as I do this, it's a done deal. And there it opens up in my regular PicMonkey that you're used to seeing. So now I want to add something here. So I'm going to pick my Star Wars text.
And she added that.
I added that text. Yeah, you can add your own text. If you see over here, there's all the ones that are available for you that are free or with Royale, have those little crowns. And then these are all my own text that I have on my computer that are already installed or that I have downloaded from a bunch of different places. But Font Squirrel or Dafont, DAFONT.com, those are great places to get free fonts that you can use. So let's just say we're going to call it DIY Stormtrooper. That's what it is. And then I want that one word to fit there, because this picture is actually really wide. So it looks small here, but if I was actually looking at it full size, it's much wider than you're seeing. So the letters, when I spread it, when it looks really little, you'll see what I'm talking about. Okay, so it says DIY Stormtrooper. We'll put that right there. You can make it a little bigger, but just for sake of showing you. If you want to know how wide this picture actually is, you can come up over here to the little square and look at resize, and it tells you how big it is. So it's actually 750 pixels across by 3,000 pixels long. So I mean, that's super long. I wouldn't make anything longer than this that you're going to put in Pinterest. I guess you could, but I wouldn't do that. So this is a big picture, right, we're looking at. So these letters are going to show up much bigger when they're in Pinterest or someone is looking at this graphic. But anyway, so I'm going to do DIY Stormtrooper costume, or we'll just do my blog name. You want your blog name to still be, somewhere on here, either in one of your pictures or in your text, wherever. And then you're going to save it. So that's it. That's what you want. You're good with that. I mean, you can, do all kinds of crazy stuff with the text in here. You can do steps, like you could make this like number 1, number 2, number 3. If you have instructions you're trying to give or something, you can do all those edits here. And then you're just going to save it to your computer. See how big it is. Stormtrooper DIY, wherever you're going to save it. And I'm going to upload it to Pinterest I'm going to show you how. I'm not going to upload it, but I'll show you how.
Terry, since you're going to upload it, FYI, your pin says, not in your saving, but your actual pin says Stormtrooper. So if you're going to upload it to Pinterest.
My what?
In your text on the pin. So if you're going to actually upload it, you might want to fix that.
Watch this. Okay, so I'm going to cancel.
There we go.
All right. Okay, let's try that again. Thank you very much. That was it. I'm not going to actually upload it. I don't think I'm going to show you how, because I have a lot of these out there already. So Stormtrooper DIY. I'm all kinds of wrong. I've hardly had any caffeine. It's a true story. Okay. So
true story.
Not just me. Okay, and then let's go to Pinterest. And before you upload your picture, so you're going to want to have your post open, because you're going to need to link to your post. Find it. My picture's not showing up. Stormtrooper. Oh my gosh, guys, I can't type.
I've been getting that a lot lately.
Well, I just typed in this wrong, but I've been getting it right. I've been getting that too. See, what in the world?
Yeah, I've been getting that a lot.
Okay, well, we're not going to look at my site not working, because that makes me crazy. So let's just do this instead.
HostGator is being funky.
Yeah, I've been getting the 502 and the 504 one a lot. Okay, so here's Pinterest. So this is actually looking a little bit different to me than the last time I did this. So let's see if I can figure it out, or Sarah, you can tell me where to find it.
Go to your...
I want to add a pin. So I'm going to go into the board that I want to add it to.
Yeah.
So we're going to go into Halloween. So this is my Halloween board. And then right here, add a pin. So you're
hold on. Your screen's not caught up to
your word. Broken? Okay. Tell me when.
There you go. Yep.
Okay.
Add a pin.
So it says add a pin from the web or from your computer. So from the web would be like if you wanted to upload it from your site, but you should be doing that from your site anyway. But from the computer, so I'm going to choose my image. Here's my Stormtrooper DIY. There's my giant picture. And I'm going to say what it is. Stormtrooper DIY no-sew costume. I'm going to pin it. Okay, so there it is. So I'm going to go, wrong one. So I'm going to edit this, which you could just a little pencil. And then right there where it says source, I'm going to put my...
They didn't see, we didn't see where you did all that. It kind of
skipped. Let's see it again. So in my Halloween board, there's my pin. So I'm going to click on the little pencil. Do you guys see that?
Yeah, it's not moved. The hand hasn't moved, but yeah. But there was a pencil at the top. Yeah.
Yeah, with a little pencil at the top. And then it's going to say my board, my description, and then where it says source, that's where I'm going to add my URL for the post. So I'll just plug it in there and then hit save changes. And then there it is. And I'm going to actually delete it because I don't use that pin. But that is how you do it. The other thing you can do is you can add, if you don't want to put, like if you have a great picture, a great vertical image that you're using on your blog that already has the text on it, that already says DIY Stormtrooper, and you don't want to put the text in your, in the collage, you just want to use that picture, you can do that too, and that will save a little space, so you can use an already made picture from your blog with a couple other great pictures that you maybe don't have on your site. So there's a lot of different ways to do it. I think once you play around with it, then you'll start to be addicted to it, maybe, and start making all kinds of fun stuff and seeing what works best and what is bringing you the most traffic or getting nothing.
And PicMonkey is, I'm not sure how we would have survived the last 2 years without PicMonkey. So it's definitely, the Royale is definitely worth it. And you just got to do it. I mean, you can do it in other programs, definitely, but it's what, $30 or $40 a year for the year, and we use it daily. Yeah.
So easy. Even like with I have expensive photo editing software and expensive programs, and PicMonkey is just so convenient and easy that even when I do something in my other programs, I almost always go take it to PicMonkey for something.
Yeah, just to write the words on it, or watermark it or something easy.
So it's so convenient. So spend the money on that for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely worth it. And just as we're talking about Pinterest, in our Facebook group, we have a post. I posted something yesterday that someone had done about the changes that Pinterest has made lately and things that you can do to have Pinterest score you as a good pinner and as authentic and not spammy, so that you can get back or get more followers, get your pins shown up, because anymore they're not doing that whole feed, like whoever you follow, then whatever they pin shows up, which is how Elizabeth tracks what I'm going to write about. But now it just, whatever you're pinning, it shows you, or what categories you are following. You can follow interests now. It's more, it has always been a search engine, but now it's behaving a little more like a search engine also. And so you can, but you're not seeing what your friends are doing, which I find kind of annoying, honestly, because it was interesting. Like, Carrie had some things on her board there, and I was like, oh, I didn't pin that one as organization one, and I didn't pin that one. So now I got to go, but I only saw it because I was in this, right? So you got to be checking your...
It's like Facebook now, and like sometimes, and at first I was like, oh, my Pinterest feed looks so much better, but now I'm seeing the same stuff all the time, right? So every time I log in, I'm seeing the same pins at the top, and so it's annoying.
I think that too, like maybe they'll get to the point, like, how in Facebook you can change it to most recent or top stories. I know there is a way to go into your settings and change it back to follow, just seeing what your friends are what your followers or your people you're following are pinning. I was just looking at it though, and I was like, I don't know, because I have a business account, not a personal account, so I'm not sure if you can do that in that. But anyway, there are lots of changes on Pinterest right now, and I found an article yesterday that someone had just written, and she actually commented on my pin this morning on our, on the blogging bunch. We have a blogging board that I have pinned this Pinterest article. But it has 14 different strategies that you can be doing to work on your Pinterest following, which I was kind of struggling with, like I was doing really well with the Pinterest following, and then they changed all this, and now I'm getting about 75 followers a day, which is still very good, but not the 120 that I was getting.
But 75 is still amazing.
Yeah, I'm still getting 75.
I'm only getting 75.
I know, I'm sorry.
How about like
and Pinterest is back up. Pinterest, when they made this change, number one, my number one refer, and then it dropped out. And I did see a small drop, not too much, from Pinterest refers, but yesterday it was back up to 50%. So it is.
Here's what's interesting about Pinterest too is, like, I don't have a ton of Pinterest followers. I have 3,200 or something, and that's not, for some people that's a lot, but that's not a lot of Pinterest followers. But Pinterest, I get so much traffic from Pinterest. And so it's like, once your pins are out there, and if they're good pins, and if people are pinning them, you don't have to have a gazillion followers to make it work for you. Of course, the more followers you have, the more people are going to hopefully pin your stuff and see your stuff to get it out there to even more people. But I mean, even if you don't have a ton of followers, you've got to spend time there, because that's how, once your pin is out there, your pin is out there, and you never know who is going to pin it.
And it's good for SEO too, because then you have all those pins leading back into your site. So that's building the links for you too. But there is lots going on Pinterest, so make sure that you are in our Facebook group and that you have read that article and chat with us about what's going on Pinterest and how we are working it. Because
you gotta hustle.
You gotta work it. Pinterest is, like everything else, and you gotta work it. It's just a little more fun to work.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you for joining us this week, and hopefully we will see you next week. Have a good day.